Creepy video so strange that it'll keep you up all night. Head spinning, mind numbing, mind tingling, all that. You already know it's your boy Jet Ski Chuck live this Friday night. We're double dipping. Hit you with a banger on Dark Waters 9 and we're going live. You guys know the vibes. Hit that like and subscribe button. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Jet Ski Chuck, man. We're doing it again. All right, we're live. That's what we do. Nick in the building. My boy Nick Nameless. Huge shout out to my boy Nick. I be seeing you over there at Dark Waters, too. Huge shout out to Nick. I see you with your orange vest. Kelly with the 2 months. Shout out to Kelly. You guys know the vibes. Be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the like button if anything. You ain't got to subscribe, but at least hit the like button one time. If you always up in here just watching, absorbing everything, hit it one time. Champaign, Illinois in the building. Bad Kitty. Bad Kitty in the building. Kelly. You guys already know. I hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone's feeling good. I almost pulled off 2 videos on Dark Waters today. It's coming. I'm gonna start pulling off 2. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And we can go live on this thing. We got a banger. Huge shout out to My Lunch Break. It's been a minute since we dove into My Lunch Break. Kelly with the one gifted. It's been a minute since I dove into, Tartarian, My Lunch Break. Huge shout out to him. It's like, man, I want to do it, but I want to do it right. So today we're doing it right. And we're starting off into a deep dive with My Lunch Break. We got 61 people in here. That's enough. I want to get straight to it because I'm eager to see it. So if we come across something, we'll do our own little deep dive and go even deeper into it. Because there's always such a mystery diving into it. Much love. Buzzed and beyond. Duke Nukem. I'm buckled up. Let's go, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know. All right. Put this there and put this here. Again, shout out to My Lunch Break. If you haven't checked him out, please check him out because, man, he be dropping so much knowledge for entertainment purposes only, for theories, just theories. And, man, I just can't get enough.
We have talked about James Ferguson before. He took photos of a lot of so-called ruins in the 1800s, this time in the Ajanta caves. But in order to understand this, we have to first go to the Bhaja Buddhist caves, all located in India.
Damn, I really wanted to get a good picture of that, but I'm sure we'll come back to it.
260 miles apart from each other, showing that this is very common.
First of all, before we get into it, just look at the sheer size of this cave. Nobody's gonna make this just for a regular human, for entertainment purposes only, okay? We like to have fun with it. You're allowed to believe into whatever you want to believe in. We're just having fun with it over here for entertainment purposes only. With that being said, back to this giant cave you see here, this giant gothic looking, dark souls, Elden Ring looking entrance. Do you see this entrance? Was this designed for human beings to walk through? That's just off jump, me looking at this. And if you ask me, looking around it, like this one and this one, this was probably meant for people our size. But this giant thing, this was for a giant, bucko.
To have palace caves in the past, where we can clearly see that the previous civilization was technologically beyond anything that we could ever imagine, and clearly beyond anything that we have ever been told. This advanced group of people that were here before us were not only capable of building palaces situated on the ground, like we have seen with the Cologne Cathedral or the Milan Cathedral, palaces that last forever, built to easily withstand the test of time. The previous civilization was also capable to go into cliffs and carve out palaces.
All right, guys. While we're looking at these, I just want this theory to be sticking in your head, okay? I'm going to be interjecting here. So, you know, if you don't like interjections, I'm sorry. I might not be the guy for you, because I know a lot of people from dark waters coming over here, and I'm just being real with you. It's going to be a few interjections so we can really dissect this. So, looking at this, before we go even further, you see how it's carved out of stone. I want you to think about this theory that I've been thinking about lately. This is a new theory, that all these stone carvings and stuff, they are from something of solar technology. Like they had some type of way that they could harness the sun's power to carve these type of laser indentions into the stone, because they do have laser CNC machines. Believe it or not, there are laser CNC machines. Your boy was certified on one, and I worked on one. I got footage I can pull up with me actually working on a CNC laser machine, an $8 million machine. I've worked on those before. I put an OT on that machine, and I can tell you that they use lasers to cut into steel, any type of design you want. You could imagine doing this on a rock face. You know, thinking about the type of machine that it took to do this, it was enclosed. So they had to project it somehow, like a magnifying glass. Like they had a magnifying glass CNC machine. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the best I got.
Within the volcanic rock that extends along a cliff overlooking the Wagora River. And at this point in time, alarms should be going off for all of us. At this point in time, we should all be able to see that there is something massive wrong with what we have been told by the mainstream history. Just because they call them ruins or ancient, this does not simply dismiss why they are here. We can see that there are 22 entrances to this place, where they are called caves now. And we know here that it's very possible we're not being told everything, where the good stuff is normally off limits to the public, where we know that, we've seen that, where we know that a few caves, or in my opinion, entrances, have been either destroyed or hidden by dirt. I've found some incredible stuff here, and I'm not holding any of it back. So let's take a look together.
Let's go. I'm all for it. You know, you're getting the best of both sides. Lunch break's going to break down how they hiding it. I'm trying to break down to you how they actually did it.
Once you enter this cave, you see centralized in the back is a rock-carved ball placed on top of this platform. And you'll definitely want to remember this for later. And they tell us that this is a relic of resident monks, where their names are engraved on the side. But let's be honest and think logically. Me and you could have just wrote our names on the side of this thing last night, telling us that this dates back 2,200 years ago. And we all know how trustworthy that date is at this point.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over this structure. Look at this. Is that made out of steel? This is my first time seeing it, by the way. I haven't seen this before. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think when you look at this? And by the way, you're coming up to right here when you walk up to it. You know, if you're about 6'4", 6'5", you're probably coming up to here. If you're 5'11", 5'10", you're probably coming up to right here, just to give you a reference on how massive this is. Tell me what you guys think. Rumac, good stuff. Eric, nothing new under the sun. I agree. These CNC machines, these multi-million-dollar CNC machines, they been had that. But instead of them plugging up into the wall, into an electric socket, they were harnessing the sun somehow. How? I don't know. I do not know. But as far as the power that they had, there's ways that they were able to use like a magnifying glass to the sun, and it was able to do certain shapes or whatever they wanted. Clearly burnt. Oh, that's another beautiful aspect. The black, you know, that could be another aspect. This is laser cut with the strength we don't have today, says Kelly. I agree.
Not only do we have this one that seems to be the main one, but they have all these other ones in another cave nearby. So they were clearly used for something, where some of them connected to the ceiling. And in my opinion, this part has been destroyed, and was very possible that it was an energy source. Because when we go back to the main one, you can see that that one also had this box on top, which is, in my opinion, no longer connected to the ceiling where it once was. Some sort of old world technology here for sure. Incredible stuff. Someone has clearly come in here and destroyed the tops of these structures, and something has happened here where we live. We all know this by now. A massive mud flood has buried a lot of structures. We know that a lot of the old world is still under our feet. And we also know that there are hidden structures within these hills, especially when we are told in an article on photodharma.net that in 1879, the exact same year that James Ferguson was taking photos of these caves, 260 miles away, in another set of caves in India, which is lining up perfectly for us now, that a very old and most interesting cave was discovered in the Bhaja Scarp, further east.
Very old and interesting. How did they build it? Like, that's what's running through my head this whole entire time. While I'm watching this, I'm like, yeah, they're covering it up. They're lying to us. But how did they do it? Miss B with the 399. Let's go. This laser cut strength we don't have today. Possible plasma tech. Yeah, it could be plasma tech too, you know. And that wouldn't require the sun. That just would require, you know, them firing up a couple ancient mercury rectifiers. You know, they could have a whole bed of mercury up under the pyramids, and the mercury rectifiers could be inside the sarcophaguses generating, you know what I'm saying? Of course. I get it. And they could have plasma. They could harness plasma somehow like that and be welding those shapes on. But that would be like freehand though. Like they would still need some type of structure or template to get those shapes. I don't know. It's a mystery, man. I be thinking about it. I think about it every single day. Every single day I wake up. How did they do it? As soon as I brushing my teeth. How did they do it? They lying to us. Mika-chan. I love this channel and these videos. Thank you. I be trying, you know. I really be trying. I get done, I'm like, I hope they like this and send. I'm just playing. I do my best though.
When first found, the cave was filled nearly to the roof of the veranda with mud and earth. Filled with mud. How many more caves are in there that are still filled with this mud? Is this entire mountain one massive temple?
This is a good one. Shout out to my lunch break again. If you guys haven't checked them out, please. My man is Inspector Gadgeting this old world man. So grateful for what he does. Huge shout out to my lunch break again. And there's also somebody else that, I'm gonna try to reach out to that's doing a great job on discovering this stuff too. That's coming out for future videos. But I'm working on it. I got stuff behind the scenes, y'all, like an app.
Have we just located a massive old world palace that is hidden by mud? And would you be shocked if these were all over the world, just waiting for us to find them? Especially when we find these caves over here and then scroll to the top of, in my opinion, a palace, and we find more openings and a massive waterfall that was clearly man-made. Perfect steps leading all the way up, where we now know that this whole thing is no random mountain, and in my opinion, proves that there has been a massive cover-up in our historical timeline, proving that there was a group of people here before us that had technology that would be unimaginable. Technology that the ones in control today most likely still have. At this point, I can say confidently that in 1895, the power tool was given back to us. That was not the first time the power tool has ever been here. It is officially time for everyone to fully understand that the historical narrative that we are forced fed since day one is not a story for us. It is a story for them. The true story of our past is much, much deeper and holds a hidden past. Now that we know about the Bhaja caves, it's time to go northeast and see what James Ferguson located in the exact same year.
This is a good one, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good one. All these are good, but I get excited. I should watch these by myself, but it's better to watch it with you guys because we can be putting these boys together, don't we? Laser Cutter 3000. AJ, huge shout out to AJ. I'll be seeing you over there too. Steve Hobbin. Lucas Larian. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Of 1879. I have found more photographs of it. This one being in the database of Princeton University, tagging it as Cave 26. It's time to show the world that these caves are just entrances to an old world palace.
Did you hear that? These are entrances to an old world palace. I agree. Look at this. Guys, I'm starting to believe that Tartarians and whatever this is going on, these were two different people that had greater archaeological building techniques. Like we see the Tartarians harvesting the ether and all the Washington and Capitol buildings, but when we start going to India and stuff, like these temples, like they're similar in a way, and they probably, use frequency and harmonics and all that, sound and all that. Okay. But the structures are different, which makes me to believe that these were two completely different people, even though we see Tartarian architecture all over the world. But it's just something about these, y'all. We're going to go deeper into this, but that's just, me telling y'all my thoughts.
That is a much larger structure than we can even imagine, and just being hidden by this dirt. And that these structures are not the only ones in the world, and that there is something significant going on here, something strategic, something that was created by the same group, and something that is clearly being hidden from us today. When we have located Cave 26 on Google Earth, And remember that I said to keep this one in mind from earlier, the one from 260 miles away. When we now go to the Ajanta caves and see this exact same structure 260 miles away on an even larger scale, with the box on the top of the ball present, exactly like we saw in the other cave. And when we enter the cave, there are depictions of giant people. What have we found today? Multiple.
Okay, look at the giant door. You know, we knew giants was coming. Now we see they got giants imprinted on their walls. Come on now, that makes sense to those giant structures. Come on, man, it's adding up. I should have screenshotted it.
Caves, possible entrances to a massive structure that is hidden under the dirt. Multiple structures that are identical to each other, hundreds of miles away. Depictions of giants, depictions of the previous civilization that held this technology to construct this way. And we're just getting started. This is all Cave 26. Let's take a look at the other caves. Let's just start with cave number 2. With artwork crafted into the ceilings and pillars. And remember, our timeline that we have talked about and we have shown so much evidence about with our current civilization really ramping up in the 1800s, we get another nod that this is the case when we are told the origins of these caves, when they were accidentally discovered and brought to Western attention in 1819 by British officer Captain John Smith on a tiger hunting party. Were they tiger hunting or were they going temple hunting with some tigers showing up along the way? Before 1819, these caves were undiscovered, meaning that their true origins are 100% unknown. And any mainstream historian, any so-called expert, can take a wild guess and make up some story. But we all know that they didn't even know about them until 1819, which is the exact timeline that we have been talking about here. Not the 1400s, not the 1500s. This is incredible, especially when they try and make a story up about them and say that the caves were built in 2 phases. The first starting around the 2nd century BCE, 2,200 years ago. And the second phase, occurring between 400 to 650 CE, where they can make up any date they want, but we all know that in episode 33, they didn't even know who built their building in just the last 150 years in California. Each one of these caves are so interesting. Cave 9 clearly had something removed, where you can see the ceiling has marks all over it from whatever was going on here. I still think it was some sort of energy source. This is blowing my mind just looking at it. And I couldn't just stop there. I had to figure out what was removed. So I dug back into James Ferguson's work, and I knew that something had been removed on every single one of these structures that we have seen so far. And this is when I found his sketch of the interior of Ajanta Cave, number 19, where he shows that there was more to these structures, showing us that we...
I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted to see what it said, what he said, honestly. Because this is getting good. This real quick, man. Please. I'll get you something to drink. I went grocery shopping. I got some snacks up there. You want something? I'll go grab whatever you want on me. I cracked my olives when I got out the store. I came to the store and I got these olives, these imperial big olives. Man, your boy was it's just something about fasting and eating olives. I don't know, I'm weird. Like I'll fast all day and I'll just eat like a couple of olives. You know what I'm saying? But so I went and grabbed some olives, right? And as soon as I get on the close to my truck, the bag snap and they shatter everywhere. I'm like, dang! So I had to go back get my olives. But I got them, the jumbo imperial boys. It was $7 for some olives. Hey, they the truth. I'm telling you, there's something about them boys. What was we talking about again? Oh yeah. I had to go back and I missed some stuff. He said booze.
Structures that we have seen so far. And this is when I found his sketch of the interior of Ajanta Cave, number 19, where he shows that there was more to these structures, showing.
So, guys, this is a big deal. Like, I don't know if you guys are following along. How many people we got in here? 200? If you're just now joining in here, there's like 7 or 8 caves. My lunch break is breaking it down for us. And he's showing us that in these caves might be some artifacts that on these drawings is all we have. They leave breadcrumbs. On everything they do, y'all, they leave breadcrumbs. And these artifacts are no longer there on some what's that movie called? Indiana Jones type stuff, y'all. It could be a crystal skull at the top of that for all we know. And they took it in the Smithsonian, locked up in the Vatican. You'll never see it.
Showing us that we are correct, that something was removed from the top of these structures in all of the other caves, connecting them to the ceilings in every single one of these temples. And this is when I needed to go and see Cave 19. I had to see what was going on in Cave 19 today. And there it is. We have located what was on top of all of these structures. We were 100% correct. We all know that the old world obviously held incredible technology. And now we know what connected every single one of these to the ceiling. And it was removed. And it's been removed since that date that they found it. Remember, we are told that they went tiger hunting and accidentally found these caves. And they were covered by jungle. Can we all see what is still covered by jungle today? Can we all see that the rest of the structure could just be under this brush?
Yeah, it can be under the brush, but think about the people lying though. Okay, let's say he's telling the truth and they are lying. Think about the scheme they had to make. They was like, okay, we found this ancient technology. We can't let them know. So what type of story we gonna make up? Well, just tell them we was hunting for lions. That sounds cool. And we just happened to stumble across it. Yeah, run with that. These mugs is evil.
How much deeper do these caves go? Are they all connected? This is incredible. And I always love the scaffolding pictures, when our civilization just pretends like they're doing some scientific work or some renovation on the old world's construction. Look at our civilization just getting things done. It's remarkable. We really are the most advanced civilization ever.
Guys, I can't tell you about this scaffolding. This is the scaffolding hoax. Every ancient building you see that they claim that they're building it, they really didn't build it. They found it. And they just using scaffolding to clean it off or probably get to the second levels. That's all the scaffolding is.
No. So here we have a better shot of this top part of the structure in Cave 19, where the mainstream narrative tells us that this cave was created several centuries later than the others. Are they joking at this point? Yeah, that cave looks a lot like a 400 CE cave. And that one over there looks a lot like a negative 200 cave. All right, good job, guys. Great work. And then we're told that this is just an umbrella. Could you imagine what is hidden in all of these locations where we think that they are just hills or just a random mountain? Clearly, there is more that we need to discover and take a look at. These caves are tucked under this front layer, but the exposed rock clearly looks like it's been melted, even up here at the top. And when you
Did he just say melted? Guys, what was we just talking about? The solar harmonic ancient technology that we cannot find today. The proof is right here. Guys, I didn't watch this. I don't have time. You guys know I drop a video before I even do this. I don't got time to watch these and script this. We just was talking about this. The solar harmonic energy that they had. The ancient solar harmonic energy. I need to write that down. Because somebody needs to break this down. How did they get this ancient CNC machine out here? Look at this right below me. If you look, my mouse isn't popping up, but if you look right below me, you'll see like this little Reese's, you know, when you open up a Reese's and it's like riffled, right below me, down there. Yeah, there we go. If you look right there, you'll see that Reese cup CNC machine divination. How can that get done? You mean to tell me that someone carved that perfectly? I can look from here and tell that's a perfect Reese cup wrapper. I can tell you from right here, that's a machine-like Reese cup wrapper. Look at that. You could put a Ferrojo in there. What's that called? The chocolate with the nuts in the car. A Ferrojo in there. You know? I can't make this up.
You take a look at all of this and look at this place from a further view, a place that just has random palaces inside of it. You can see that there are so many more so-called mountains or hills that could have these caves hiding under the dirt. And I just want to remind you all of episode 45, when we were told that there is a temple 2 feet below the dirt in Cahokia, near St. Louis, where the pyramid in Cahokia, at its base, is larger than the one in Giza, Egypt. We've seen this. So suggesting that there could be more under all this dirt and grass, all of this jungle, as they like to say, is not far-fetched at all. This is definitely a place that I would love to go there and explore. I would love to see if there...
You know what? I want to go there too. Look at this. Look at the pillars like Roman cathedrals. This is the CNC'd machine out and it got melted. This entire cliff face. Look at it. Ether Tech, perfectly imperfect. Thank you. Ether Tech. We need to get our hands on this Ether Tech, man, and take us out of this dark age. We need to come together and get our hands on some of these mercury rectifiers and get a couple cruise ships generated in the ionosphere, because you know the ionosphere is pure ether. If we can just get an airship the size of a cruise ship, we all can be up there, guys. We just need to get enough mercury rectifiers and find this etheric technology.
There is more to these so-called caves, or if they'd allow you to go back there, because we've seen so many times where the public's not allowed to go there. And this is when we are told that after hundreds of years surviving a
garlic stuffed olives, your breath gonna be kicking. Ugh, I don't think I could do that one. I might be missing out on it, but garlic stuffed olives? You ever seen that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob caught the stink? That thing gonna be traveling around like this. He said, Patrick, you're not ugly. You just stink. Da, 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 da.
jungle infestation. Ajanta's ancient wonders are being destroyed by visitors' breath. An article from 2022 says that these caves are under serious threat.
Perfectly imperfect. You with me, man? Let's go. I'm telling y'all, man. We need to get them etheric yachts up there. airships. We need cruise ships up there, powered off the ether. We're not coming down for another every 20 years. We'll land every 20 years. But those cruise ships, we gonna have gardens up there. We're self-sufficient. High up like the Jetsons. You know how in the Jetsons everything was in the clouds? Them boys was off the ether too.
Not from age, of course, but from the rush of visitors. And we can all see where this is going, can't we? We can all see how they are going to try and block these caves from the general public. And of course, blaming it on the people, where they suggest regulating footfall and higher ticket prices at the main caves so that only serious visitors enter them. You know, the caves that they just found in 1819. And to show you all how incredible this all is, I'm going to close this off by showing you that there are so many caves, just like the two that we have seen today, that are exactly like this.
We featured this cave before. What's the name of this cave, guys? You guys know the name of this. Let me pull it up. We got to take a closer look before we, because this is what I said I was going to do. Let me get some music. Where's the music at, man? How come you ain't playing no music? Why I gotta do everything? I gotta DJ. I gotta react. I gotta pull up the clips. You couldn't pull up the music for me? All right. You guys deserve better content, so I need to do my best every video. So let me find the highest quality picture of that temple for you. It's only right. You guys deserve my very best. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. Kailasa. I said it in my head. I swear to God, I said it in my head. I said it's probably called Kailasa, Chuck, but it's not going to come out right. But I knew that. We looked at this temple multiple times. And now we're starting to make its way back. I've been meaning to dive into Kailasa. I've been wanting to dive into Kailasa. What better time than this Friday night? Saturday if you're in Australia. Chelsea Swanson, Miss Swanson. You are so much fun. Thank you. Your research making Friday more entertaining, less lonely. Let's go, Miss Swanson. Thank you. So kind of you. Miss Swanson. Where's Miss Swanson from? Oh yeah, that movie with Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber. Miss Swanson. Man, they chased you all the way to Aspen, Miss Swanson. You had the owls. The owl for charity. I was there. Miss Swanson. Guys, give me I'm just looking for the high quality, the highest of qualities. If it's not the highest of quality, we don't want it. That Kailasa. If I knew he was gonna bring up Kailasa, I would have had a couple in my back pocket. Kailasa Temple. Man, what's it in? I hope I'm saying it right. Kailasa? Kailasa. There it is. All right, I found a good one. All right, how am I going to bring you up? Let's take it to the submersible. Activate submersible. All right, transform, fit to screen. There it is, Kailasa. I told y'all, just give me a little bit, okay? Let me cook. I'm trying to cook, y'all. 340 peeps in here. Shout out to Steve, man. I love y'all, man. I swear I do. All right, where's my music at? Let me switch the track up. No, we want that falling rain. We want the falling rain with this research. Because it's been a minute since we dove in the submersible. All right. We were on the waters with my lunch break, and we've now dove off into Kailasa. These temples are very different from the Tartarian structures we have normally been doing our research on. We have new hypotheses and theories that there was some type of solar harmonic technology, ancient technology that they used to carve these temples out of one piece of stone inside a mountain. Keep that in mind as we look through all these photos. This was one piece of stone on the side of a mountain, carved out like a CNC machine. Our hypothesis is gathering more information day by day. As we gather more information on these dark waters, new hypotheses arise. But let's dive even deeper into this Kailasa temple. Look at this. One giant CNC machine. You might be asking yourself, what is a CNC machine? Let me show you. Just so we're all on the same page, I can do this fast.
They say it's two houses. Well, you got both the houses.
Remember that name.
This is the exact This is the exact machine I used. This is a CNC machine. I worked 14 hours a day, standing up on my feet on a foam mat, working this machine day by day. Look how perfectly this CNC machine cuts. Now, if we look at the energy that it takes, it's heating up inside this machine. There's some type of laser, as you can see, Chinese laser. They were able to harness the sun to do something like this. Guys, they were harvesting the sun, doing the same thing to pull these off. Look at this. Of stone. From one rock. I didn't read this. This article literally heard what I just said to you guys. Carved from one rock. I didn't read this. I swear to God, I did not read that. This is my first time seeing this article. Kailasa. I'm not done with you. Come back. Don't leave. Look, you mean to tell me somebody climbed up on a ladder and chiseled that perfectly? I can see it from here, the dimensions add up. On a microscopic level. What are y'all saying? Check out Agar Krok Wat Temple. Let's type it in. If you guys got temples, now is the time to drop it in. Somebody said Agar Wat Temple. Damn, son, where did you find this? Man, look at this. AJ, was that you? AJ, did you just throw me a Hail Mary and did I just catch it, bro, with one hand? I don't even like football, but you threw me a Hail Mary and I caught that boy with one hand on the 2-yard line. Wait till y'all see this. This is what they used on Mortal Kombat. AJ. I'm trying to pull it up for y'all. AJ. This is what they used on Mortal Kombat. Talk to me, y'all. Tell me this wasn't from Mortal Kombat. This architecture is different from Tartarian. They both knew how to they both knew how to, I can't edit myself like my YouTube videos I be doing. Y'all get the full bloopers. I can't. They both had the tech. They both had the Tartarian technology. That's a tongue twister. They both had the Tartarian technology to harness the ether, but these aren't Tartarians because they throwing up. Shiva and they statues, they throwing up different, the Tartarian structures. They got what? They got Jesus scripture, they got Jesus statues, and then we go on these statues, they got statues of Shiva, but they both harnessing the ether. So something's going on with this old world architecture. We need to get to the bottom of it, y'all. That's why we on these waters every day. Talk to me. Let me know your thoughts on this. Wasn't this on Mortal Kombat? I have more pictures. Can I get something to drink though? Hold on. I'm gonna put another picture up. Oh, this is 1 out of 22? Where's the other 22? Wow, what is this? I'm gonna let y'all break this down while I get something to drink. Because this is crazy. What is going on here? We're officially in Dark Waters 9. If you didn't know already, now we're in Dark Waters 9. This is a Hydra. Somebody explain to me what this is. This is the same place, by the way. Look at the background. I'm back. What is this temple? Okay, we gotta catch up. Thematic creations, the Nagas. What did you call me? I'm just kidding. The similarities are the obelisk. Yes, sir, Rumac. I totally agree, Chuck. Noah's Ark beaver technology. Explain yourself. Grant. What is this you speak of? Beaver technology, Noah's Ark. They, them. Check out that temple. I'm still on this temple. We barely scratched the surface and you trying to go to the next temple? I live in KC and I seen those huge Tartarian doors. Let him cook, folks. Please let me cook. I seen those doors. Oh, I know what doors you're talking about. Guys, let me show you the Kansas doors she's talking about. If they'll pop up. Do you know what building that was? If you knew the building, that would help me out a lot because I put in Kansas doors. I'm like, what do you want? DoorDash? Oh, I found it. I found it.
Kansas City in the downtown, and right behind me is the building. It says at the top over the entrance, New England National Bank. And I'm going to turn around, and this building is right across from the historic library.
Huge shout out to Chelsea. Been to this location, I believe. Chelsea, can you confirm this is where you're talking about? I want to make sure this is the exact building you're talking about, Chelsea. Because if you guys look at this architecture, it's a lot different than the Indian architecture.
And what were lower windows, that one's boarded up. But the door is really incredible. I want to give you an idea of how high it is. 6 feet is right about to the bottom of that circle on the door. And you can see how high that goes.
Why did they make, guys, I have a question. Why did they make these doors that big? If giants wasn't meant to go through them and 6 foot was right here, 6 foot is right here. And this is damn near a 24-foot tall door. Why would they make them that big?
And these doors are like iron, solid iron.
Who's going to be able to lift that mug made out of solid iron back in the 1800s? Where's the crane?
With intense symbolism all over. I mean, this is not any soft metal. These doors must weigh tons. And there's symbols all over them. And just take a look up here. Now that's as high as I can reach. It's about 9 feet. These doors are at least, I'd say, 15 feet high. And to even put them in place would have taken a crane basically to haul those in place. And they've put spikes to keep the birds from landing right there. But then
I've taken a picture of a lamp. You know, I've taken a picture of a lamp that looks just like that. Let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill. I took a picture firsthand where I live at of a lamp just that size. I know right where it's at. Let me dig in my archive real quick and show you this crazy picture because it looks identical to that lamp, guys, when I show you it. Some of the OG members might remember this lamp. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. I'm almost there. Almost there. How far? It's gotta be. Did I pass it? Yeah, I think I did pass it. Hold on. You guys gotta see this Tartarian lamp. Or a gas burning lamp, whatever it is. Your boy be cooking. That chicken look good. Oh, here it is. Found it. Shahan. Look at this lamp. I took this picture of this lamp. On Father's Day. Now check out this lamp. And this lamp. Very similar, wouldn't you say? That lamp, this lamp. Like, how come we don't even make stuff this detailed anymore, guys? Like, look at it. It would be so amazing if we could make stuff this detailed. Again, I took this picture. I'm not going to say it again. I'm super proud, okay? You know, I want to get on the front lines and take pictures, so it's a big deal, okay? I took the picture. It's the last time I'm going to say it. Photo credit, Jet Ski Chuck. I ain't going to say it again. But look how amazing this lamp is. I'm telling y'all, it's something going on.
then these lamps to either side are really incredible also. It really doesn't look like there was anywhere to light those lamps. This building would have been built. On the notion that they were gas lit, that you would have had to light every night. And just to give you a look at the scale of that building, it's red brick above. This is obviously a facade that's been put on down below.
It's definitely a facade. You said you wanted some chicken? Look at this fried chicken I made. Your boy used to cook, man. Back when I had time. Now I don't got any type of time. Look, pot roast. Ugh. Oh, man, that sounds so dang good right now. But this chicken I made, I think I'm about to make this as soon as I get off, y'all. Eating healthy. Your boy was having panic attacks. I was struggling, man. I was trying. But I overcame my panics. Wonton tacos. What y'all know about wonton tacos? With the squirt. I don't drink pop anymore. But the squirt used to go crazy with the wonton tacos. Ooh, that's a hard picture. How come this isn't my profile pic? That is hard. That's a hard pic. That's Jet Ski Chuck OG. We was in the wires, wasn't we? This is the chicken. Somebody said chicken look good. Well, look at this. Feast your eyes on this. I haven't had fried chicken in so long. This was probably the last time I had. No, I had fried chicken before that. This was almost a year ago. 11 months. We've been pumping out videos, y'all. But that chicken looks good. This is on my post, y'all. I'm gonna start posting more on Jet Ski Chuck. I'm trying to find a balance. You know, work it out. I cooked deer today. I love venison. I made a pic of you. How can I send it to you? Send it to my Facebook, Jet Ski Chuck. Need some collard greens with them, Nick. That sounds fire. With some bacon in it. These wonton tacos slap. All right, y'all. Man, y'all getting me off the track. Let's talk about these Kansas doors.
But you do not see doors like that anymore. This door, you can see from the side, there's a screw, and I mean, I'm not even budging it by pushing on it.
Yeah, that chicken was made by me. I made that chicken. Homemade. Seasoned, flour, all that. Just some drums. I just bought some drums from Aldi's. Honestly, I ain't gonna fry no chicken, man. I can't stink the house up. But I will. And I'm losing weight. Your boy been trying to lose weight. I've been losing weight like crazy. I'm trying to get rific for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Your boy trying to get rific. You know, so I can't be out here eating fried chicken every day. So I'm probably going to eat some baked chicken and some turkey tacos tonight.
It's just incredible. Then straight across the street.
KFC's my favorite. I love fried chicken. It's kind of hard to mess up fried chicken. You know, some delis mess up fried chicken, but it's kind of hard to mess up fried chicken. Lee's, Church's, KFC, you name it. I love it. They used to call me Chicken Charlie back in the day.
It's the incredible library, which says First National Bank, with a massive safe in the basement. And the interesting thing about the door on it is it looks like it originally had doors like that also. Well, they're still there. But that the inner part, the ones that they utilize now, are just makeshift doors that were
Jeff, what's good, baby?
put there later. Because these doors are the same. And I would say that they're even taller. And you can see
Guys, look at the craftsmanship on these doors. You can't find a company to make a door iron door this good without dishing out at least 50 to 60,000. And I don't even think they'll be able to make it this good out of iron. They just don't have the technology anymore. It's not possible. They can't do it.
This that I'm holding right there weighs,
I know, right? Perfectly imperfect. My likes always low, but I know y'all, the real ones, y'all be hitting my likes. I appreciate y'all, but my likes always be low, man. I don't know, man, but y'all be going crazy though. For my views, y'all be going crazy, man, and I'm grateful for y'all, man. We just getting it in, doing our thing.
probably over 15 pounds, just that. And the feel of that door feels like it would weigh maybe 1,000. You ever look at that door? These doors are incredible. Well, pick that up and...
My man don't even care. He's lived in Kansas his entire life, and he's been in and out that door for 65 years. And not once did he question this door until somebody pointed it out.
Feel that.
I loved it.
How much you think that weighs?
Handling the other day, and that was so cool because I'm carpenter by trade.
Yes.
And I treat it with sharp.
How much?
Look how he walked in and out. He didn't even care. You at least got to look at this door for a good 10 seconds. Gather it before you walk off to your car every time. Even if you paying a car ticket, you got to at least admire it for a little bit.
What do you think that weighs? Just that.
Let me see here. I'll tell you. 15 pounds, probably.
That's what I was saying.
Do you think?
That's what I was saying. How much you think? Pull on that door a little bit. How much you think that door weighs? The whole thing. If you had to pick it up, not on perfect hinges.
Oh, that's a ton. No, 1,000. Man, let me see. How thick? That's a quarter-inch stick. That's a half-inch stick right here.
He invested now because he got woke up by the recorder. The dude recording was like, man, look at this door, man. Slow down. You know, you just gonna go home, watch Grey's Anatomy. Wait a second. Look at this door. Look at this reef that they craft into iron that we cannot do anymore. Forge and Fire Championship 312. Nobody is going to be able to put a reef on an iron door this size and make it still swivel 200 years later perfectly.
That's a half-inch. I'm a carpenter. I guarantee this is a half-inch stick. And then you got this. This is, what, 3 inches, 4 inches wide.
What do you think it's made out of?
Brass. There's brass. Look at that. It is. You have to shine out this brass. That's straight brass.
Just this doorway. How could they ever manufacture this in a time when they say they only had a horse and a buggy? Or build this building?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm always fascinated.
What do you say? See that door across the street?
Yeah.
Go look at it closely.
I never noticed that, but I've never seen that. Architecture, I swear. Come over in.
You want me to tell you a secret?
Sure.
There's those that say...
I never noticed that. No one's on that eagle. Look at that eagle in the middle of that thing.
I don't think most people notice a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Kelly, you better not go to sleep. It's not getting too late. It's 9 o'clock, Kelly. You better stay up, Kelly. You better not go to sleep, Kelly. That at no damn 8:52 p.m., Kelly. You better stay up.
No, but I look around. I try to. But that's... Look down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, I love the city. I was born here 61 years ago.
You want me to tell you a secret?
Yeah.
There's those that say that these buildings have been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and that there was a flood that came in of mud that covered them up, and that's why you see windows on the sidewalk that went lower. Originally, they were much higher.
You know, that could be... Oh, see, no, well, I don't know.
What do you think about that?
And because you look at up there, I mean, look, every so many feet, there's count.
They can't even build.
You can't.
They can't even build that now.
You're right.
So this library building
All right, y'all. That's it, man. That was the building. We're gonna jump back into my lunch break. Kelly better keep that head on the straight. So she said, I'm going to bed at 8:52. No, Kelly, you better stay up, Kelly. But yeah, that door was crazy.
Across India alone, just 60 miles away, we have the Ellora Caves, where the Ellora Caves will hold its own episode in the near future. The Badami Caves, where yet again we have this hill that clearly looks like it's somehow been melted on the side and was possibly once a palace. The Canary Caves, where we get yet again the exact same thing that we have seen in multiple caves today. We get the columns to the left and right, and then we get this structure in the center with the top part removed again. This time, just north of Mumbai, 80 miles apart from the Bhaja caves that we talked about in the beginning of this episode, holding even more depictions of giant humans, or even the Badami cave temples, all located in India. This time, further south, where we get the same sort of thing, where the entire structure looks like it's been melted, besides the entrance. You can even see at the top left, where it seems like part of it right there survived. And in my opinion, it would be more...
DT, you're super late. I've been live for like an hour, bro. We have some buildings like this downtown Cincinnati. I have to get some and take some pics. Please, guys, anytime you guys go downtown, go to your Capital Bank building downtown, all those buildings, snap pictures and send them to me on Facebook or my website, darkwaters9.com. You guys might have not knew this, and I don't talk about it a lot, but your boy got a website. It's called Dark Waters 9. If I can just go there like a regular human. No login. There it is. Your boy got a website, Dark Waters 9. A lot of people don't know about this website because I don't promote it, because I'm still working on it. But if you want to submit something, you can go to submit your image or video here, and you could submit it like here. An easier way, you could submit it on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com and type in Jet Ski Chuck. Find me and message me, and we can chop it up. You know, it's your boy be busy, so I don't be on there a lot. But when I do, I'm probably going to jump on there tonight, try to quick answer to everybody I can. But we could chop it up like that too. But if you got something to send it to me on that first. Don't do this yet. I'm still working on this. You know, I shouldn't even told y'all about this because it's not even done. But yeah, this is your boy's official website, Dark Waters 9. Look, I got the smoke going. This is a website, y'all. Your boy going crazy on this website. And I got an app coming out too. Don't tell nobody. But I got an app coming out too that y'all really ain't ready for. We're going to be able to submit photos, look at UFOs, all types of stuff on that app. They ain't ready. Look, we talking about flying objects on this is darkwaters9.com, y'all. But let me get back to that video. That video. Ooh. Joe, what's good, baby? What's good, Jodovan? Joe, that's my dude.
Probable that this was one massive structure, rather than people just chiseling this out perfectly, over and over, all over India, with the final result and what we
No, I don't, DT, I don't talk about that website because I ain't done with it, man. I want to add a chat bar. I want y'all to be able to make your own profile, but I just had a better idea. I'm just going to create an app, and then it's going to come out on Android and iOS. Give me about a month. It's definitely going to be out. And we're going to be able to upload our own UFO videos. When you upload a video, it's going to be on the home screen so other people can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a whole Dark Waters 9 community. Don't tell nobody, man. Keep this under wraps, man. I don't want other people taking my idea, man. But your boy's making an app. It's not the first time I made an app. I made apps before. So it's not something your boy is, scared of. It does take a little bit of work. But give me a couple months, man. Your boy is working, man. I'm working hard. You know what I'm saying? I used to work in manufacturing. I used to work at a paper mill. I used to be a forklift driver. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to work 16 hours at a paper mill. You know what I'm saying? And off a bag of Doritos and chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? I've been in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Like I've worked extremely hard my entire life. So, this ain't nothing new. I can pop off these videos and pull off the app. If I can put all this type of work into myself, if I can put the same type of 16 hours that I used to put into a manufacturing job that paid me hourly, if I can put that same type of work into myself, man, that'll go so much further. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. I got some motivational stuff, because, man, I can't tell you everything, okay? I can't tell you everything, but your boy's working.
We see today just looking like a cave. Take a look at this thing. Does this look like it was chiseled out of the rock, or does it look like it was built and the face of it is simply melted? Let me know in the comments below. And here we have a great photo where the caves are in the background and our civilization's construction is down here at the bottom to really show off that
I'm sorry, but I always been that dude to sign the OT sheet. You know what I'm saying? If you ever worked a manufacturing job and they had an overtime sheet where you can work Saturday and Sunday, Jet Ski Chuck signing his name on there, because I need that OT. So I'm trying to get my check over a band. Temp services, steel toes, forklift. I'm right there with you.
evolving and advancing thing that they keep telling us about. Evolution, we were told. And another photo where, in my opinion, we have the front of this palace completely melted and almost looks like it was turned into dough and then ultimately hardened, with the inside remaining in its original state. And of course, the Pandavleni caves. Again, all of this is in India, where we have the same exact thing going on here as well, where the entire overall structure is completely destroyed and melted and just looks like a hill that we are all told is now a cave, where this one holds the exact same thing inside. And this one located 168 miles away from the place that James Ferguson.
Hold the phone. DT with a $10 donation for snacks while you give us great content, coffee, and gallon of gas. Let's go. DT for the win. If y'all didn't know, me and DT went crazy on Marvels, man. Add your boy on Marvel Rivals. Jet Ski Chuck, man. We need to and jump on the Discord. We need to get our own group together, clan, whatever it's called. You know, get on Marvel Rivals. You know, try to get us all Grandmaster.
Ferguson took that photo in 1879, all connected, all built for the same purpose, by possibly the same people, where one thing is for sure: our human history is much deeper than we are told. It clearly holds a hidden past, one that we are exploring in every single episode. A community that is growing faster and faster by the day, with more and more people researching, proving that we are correct, and that there was an advanced civilization here, possibly much, much closer to our timeline than we are currently being told. While looking at this map, I noticed
That music was getting me hype. My lunch break, you should have kept it going, man. Give us like a grand finale at the end of that music. That music gets you hype. Like hyper mode. We ain't went hyper mode in a minute, man. Y'all deserve a new one. I'm trying, y'all. Y'all deserve a new one though. Y'all deserve a out cold intro. But man, them intros I used to take 2 days. I gotta record it, then edit it. And them intros was work. But y'all deserve it, man. I'm gonna bring one soon.
Astrakhan, right here to the side of the Tartarian Empire. So I began to dig into this name, and what I found fit in perfectly with what we have seen all over the world, where they have now changed its spelling. And a very interesting fact is that the ruins of this medieval, and there's that word again, where we know that medieval is just another name for the previous civilization. This medieval settlement were found by archaeologists 12 kilometers upstream from the modern city today, which is interesting. So what is going on 12 kilometers upstream, where there's obviously a clear attempt to trip us up? Changing locations, changing names. But we have found this location, and we are going to expose it right now. Where Zasatarksan was the capital of Astrakhan Khanate by the Astrakhan Tatars. When we click on the capital, the real location that was situated 12 kilometers upstream, we now know that we have found the true location. And then we can begin to find the truth, where they of course throw the fire narrative right in there, saying that in 1556, the city burned down by Ivan the Terrible, a ridiculous name and completely made up in my opinion.
We need more information on Ivan the Terrible. No, I'm thinking about Val the Impaler. But wasn't Val the Impaler the original Dracula? Because I think I remember a deep dive on that. Val the Impaler
When we scroll
was
down,
really Dracula. Kelly, you supposed to be asleep. You still up, Kelly? I'm glad you hanging in there.
down, we know that they got to this location, hiding something massive from all of us, hiding the past, changing its history forever. When in 1942, during our current timeline, this location was bombed and destroyed, which we've seen this so many times over the first 73, now 74 episodes. We even saw it where they bombed the map in episode 70. This is a clear pattern, a clear exposure of what these wars and what these bombings were most likely used for. All in my opinion, of course, but based on hours and hours of facts, clear manipulation of the mainstream history. Because what would we have found in this location before the bombings would have changed everything, showing us the possible truth. And if we follow the Volga River north, we are going to find the city of Volgograd. So let's zoom in here and see what they have going on, where this entire area, in my opinion, is 100% connected to Tartaria and the previous civilization. So right next to this modern arena, I want to show you all something that blew my mind. When you go up these steps and you walk along this path, you will see in the distance a massive statue of a lady holding a sword. And in my personal opinion, this monument, which is now named the Motherland Calls, is from the previous civilization, where its construction photos show a completed statue over and over. We even get a computer-generated photo, in my opinion, of a guy way out there on the hand, just to make it all look believable. It is massive. So here it stands today, and was declared the tallest statue in the world, standing at 279 feet. And also,
this statue was real? Did anybody see this statue? You know, you hear about the Statue of Liberty all the time, but this statue, what was it called again?
standing on top of a pyramid. that is clearly covered by grass at this point. Misdirection, a magic trick where they completely cause chaos in these years. Such a financial crisis, stock market crashes or wars, total chaos all over the world. And while this is all taking place, they remove structures or slide a new narrative right in. I will go into more detail about this in the future when we go into New York City. Thinking logically, let's read this together. The construction of the monument was supposedly completed in 1967. Why would they then, just 5 years later, need to do restoration work on the monument in 1972, when the sword was replaced by another entirely, consisting of stainless steel? In your opinion, do you think that this might have been destruction of the original monument? I personally believe so. What was on the original sword that was only there for 5 years? What was on that sword?
They got rid of the sword? How suspicious. Just show us what it originally was. Guys, we got to go around and look at the monuments now, because who knows what they might edit, what might not be here in the next 20 years. So, like, Notre Dame, that giant one in, what was it, Bartholomew or something like that, Barcelona or something, the one in Barcelona, you gotta see that one. The catacombs, I feel like it might be a must. I gotta go to the catacombs at least once. I know it's crazy as it sounds, but I'm gonna do a live stream on that if I can pull it off down there.
That we were not supposed to see. And you can see that these are not construction photos of the whole structure itself. These are the photos from them changing that sword. It's just incredible how the narrative is consistently manipulated in every single part of the world. Now, take a look at these stairs leading up to this thing, with the walls looking completely deformed and melted. And we have seen the melting in India. And you got other statues surrounding this place. Just a very interesting area. And I would love to know what is under that grass in the pyramid, below the statue itself. And we're just getting started. Check out this city. There are a lot more on the way today, including a city that is just north of this location, that holds a narrative that will expose something massive to the whole world today. So up here on the top right, we have the Motherland Calls. And to show how incredible this area really is, down here at the bottom, I'll zoom in on it, we have the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, where you can see that the outside is incredible and the inside is extremely detailed. All constructed in the 1800s, we are told. And not only that, but we are also told that it only took them 3 years from start to finish. When we have seen in Edinburgh, Scotland, that it took them 6 years to make a little statue, just to give this awesome perspective. And again, renaming cities in 1925, changing the city's name to Stalingrad, and just understanding that the world that we...
Look at the gold on top of this building, man. I just wish a time machine was real so I can go back and see everything at its peak. Because what we get now is a box, 90-degree, watered down version of the architecture that we once had. Because if you just look at this palace, this Aladdin palace, man, we had all types of stuff. I want to see the ether popping. I want to see the airships going through everything, man. Now we got these airplanes dropping down everywhere. We got these cars and freeways, highways. Take me back.
We are all in right now is so much more incredible than we are told, with the true history, in my opinion, being that a very powerful, extremely advanced group of people lived here where we are today.
Guys, I wasn't paying attention. I should have been. But where's this large statue at on top of this pyramid? It looks like it's in the United States, and it's something I would want to see. I've never seen the Statue of Liberty. I would like to see the Statue of Liberty on top of the Star Fort, but I would also like to see this statue on top of this pyramid. Definitely both a must see in the United States.
constructing massive palaces, leaving all of their work behind, and leaving it behind for all of us to see. With these wars and destruction taking place all in the 18 and 1900s, destroying most of it to hide this incredible civilization from us, and rewriting the history worldwide, holding the exact same nods, the exact same clues of the game in every single country, all pulling the strings and working together. Is it possible it's all for confusion and misdirection, all for their benefit, trapping our minds for so long? And during World War II, Axis forces attacked the city, leading to the Battle of Stalingrad, arguably the largest and bloodiest battle in the history of warfare for our current civilization. Total and complete destruction of the previous civilization's work, and total chaos for all of our civilization's families at that point. Stopping at nothing and going to the darkest of options, all to gain control. And they do this, where they attack these cities, they destroyed these people's lives, and then twist it back onto us and say that we are all heroes, when we didn't even have a say in the matter.
I agree. Russia does have some definite gems over there, you know. They got the Cathedral of War. That was probably one of my favorite episodes I ever did. You know, definitely one of the most interesting buildings I've ever seen. For people asking me right now, because I can hear you and I can see, what's the Cathedral of War? Well, let me show you. It's a building in Russia that looks crazy. This is probably my favorite Tartarian building. Hands down. This is the Russian Cathedral of War. I plan to visit it one day. Go to Russia. I'm flying to Russia and I'm going in front of it. And look at this creepy statue sitting in front of it. This is a statue that you can go inside. It's like some type of Mother Mary or something. But look at this, y'all. This is the Cathedral of Armed Forces. This is in Russia. And your boy is going to go see it one day. I have to. Look at the inside of it. I've did an episode on this. There it is. The Cathedral of War, if you're interested. I did an episode on that. When you get done with this, if you want to check that episode out, I highly recommend it. Because I dive all through Russia on that boy. But going back to this Cathedral of War, people actually, there's a picture in there in the Cathedral of War in Russia that actual murmur is coming off of one of the paintings, and they said that it's like magical something magical murmur. It's like something to do with magic. I don't know. But yeah, let's continue on.
Never did. We never even decided if we wanted the largest, bloodiest battle to ever take place. A battle that had casualties estimating between 1.25 million people and 2.5 million people. In 1942. The city suffered heavy aerial bombardment that reduced most of the city to rubble, where the buildings of the past were shredded to pieces, where someone that's closing their eyes could see that they look identical to the Great Fires in all of these cities, where I think we can confidently say at this point that they do not look like fires at all. They look like they were attacked with bombs. And the casualty counts of 0 people in so many cities around the world in the 1800s Great Fires, such as the Baltimore Great Fire. I had to add this in after completing this episode because it needed to be shared. On February 3rd, 2024, we released episode 59, The Great Fires Hold Flaws. Episode 59 is on Rumble. If you want to see it in the full, unedited version, released on February 3rd, 2024, as you can see right here. And just 4 days later, on February 7th, 2024, the Baltimore Magazine puts out an article changing the narrative of the Baltimore Great Fire, where the original narrative told us that the Great Baltimore Fire caused no deaths. And 4 days later, after our episode comes out, now 1 person in the blaze. Before the battle, only 1,500.
All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. I'm calling it. We got a early day tomorrow. We're going to jump on the waters. I'm going to have a video out to you guys on Dark Waters 9 at 1 p.m. You know the deal. UFOs. I'm going to throw some crazy minerals in there you guys never probably seen before. Be sure to check me out over there. Shout out to all you guys making it this far. If you made it this far, the code word is cover up. Drop cover up in the comments below so I know you made it this far. It's your boy Jesky Chuck. Probably gonna make me some baked drumsticks, you know, season it with some olive oil, some Tony's seasonings, some Tony's Cajun seasoning, some salt and pepper, cook some rice. You know, I might make some turkey tacos with it, with some white mild cheddar cheese. You know, keep it simple. And yeah, that's it. It's your boy Jesky Chuck. This was creepy video so strange that it'll keep you up all night. Shout out to Joe. Kelly, you still up? Rumac. Thunder, in God we trust. Oh y'all, man. Shout out to DT showing up, man. We do this thing. I'm going to do more lives. We're going to be getting more into it. Shout out to AJ for showing out the temples. Shout out to everyone for the donations. Shout out to everyone for showing up on Jesky Chuck. Shout out to everyone liking, subscribing. Dark Waters 9. I love y'all. Y'all know the vibes. It's your boy Jesky Chuck. Out.